Kasima is a successful baker and also owns an online eatery where she supplies food and also pastries to smaller entities to sustain herself. Now she has become a household name, which of course she is grateful for. But in all of this, she's a single young lady who has one sibling. Well, that was what she thought she had, until an information got to her mail that she has an elder brother who they lost contact years ago. With this information, she said to look for her elder brother. George and his girlfriend Eunice, who have been dating for 2 years now, all of a sudden Eunice called George for a quick meeting. When they met up, George was confused because everything was going on smoothly. Immediately, Eunice said, "George, I don't think I want to continue with this relationship." George was confused. What do you mean by that? Eunice said, "Let's end this relationship. It's not you, it's me. I don't think we are compatible. You are too perfect. Why are you so perfect? We don't argue, we don't fight. There's nothing to argue about. Everything is just smooth, and that is something I can't do. A relationship can't be just too perfect." George was confused. Is that not what women want? Peace of mind. Everything you want your guy to do, you do it, right? Eunice said, "Well, not me." And Eunice walked out on George. And that was how their relationship ended. George left and was confused, a little depressed for a few weeks. Later on, George ordered some food online, and luckily it was Kasima who delivered the food. On other occasion, again, Kasima delivered other food to other colleagues in the office. George became friends with Kasima, and friendship led to them being so close, like brother and sister. Kasima invited George to her bakery where she mix things and of course sell those items. George was surprised to see how big the company is despite just a little online presence. Kasima said, "Return God, but I am willing to expand some." George said, "I can help you with marketing and everything for free because you're my friend now." Kasima laughed and said, "Yes, I know. I'm your friend." As they chit-chat and have conversation, Kasima had a call from her younger brother. They discussed and they were talking, and they talked about how they are still looking out for their elder brother. George heard a conversation and asked, "You have other siblings?" "Yes, I have other siblings. I and my younger brother thought we were the only one, but we got our information from an extended family that our mother had an elder son somewhere, and we've been looking out for him for quite some time now. Hopefully, God will direct us to find him one day." George said, "I pray you guys find him one day." Few weeks later, George officially asked Kasima to be his girlfriend. Kasima was confused at first, but she accepted to be his girlfriend. A week before that, Kasima had a serious accident where she could not work any longer. In all that, George was there to take care of her and became super close. In all, she was limping as well. Healing from the accident, George, in the process, of course, proposed relationship to her. Kasima accepted, and George and Kasima became official with their relationship. Then, 6 months into their relationship, George received a call from his mom that she is in Nigeria. After some months spent in the UK taking care of her granddaughter, She came in and George was so happy to have his mom around for a while because he's going to eat a well-cooked homemade food. Mama was happy to see her son as well. Immediately saw the glow on him and said, George, how are you? It seems you are so happy. What is the excitement all about? George said, I am dating seriously and I might marry this woman because she is really a good woman. Mama was happy to hear that and said, okay, you need to bring her home. Let me see her and let me see why she is the reason you are glowing this well. 3 days later, George brought Kasima and mother saw her and said, wow, you look so beautiful. What do you do? Kasima introduced herself and Mama was happy to welcome her into their home. A brief dinner with the 3 people and everyone was happy. A week later, George then brought his mom to Kasima's office. Immediately, Mom saw the picture of Kasima's mother and said, who is this person? I know this picture, I know this woman. Wow. Kasima came after having a brief conversation with George and said, Mom, do you know my mom? Mama was like, so this woman is your mother? Kasima said, yes, she is my mother. Do you know her? Mama did not say anything and left. Next day, Mama had a serious conversation with George and said, George, you need to cut ties with Kasima. Whatever you guys have going on, you need to cut it now. George was confused. I said, you know she's the person I'm planning to marry. If you don't tell me the reason why I should cut ties off, then it's not possible. Mama was confused and said, I am your mother, I'm telling you to cut everything off. You can't marry her. She's not the one for you. This is a huge, big mistake. Big one. George again was confused and refused to cut ties with Kasima. Weeks later, George and Kasima were more serious than ever. Mama could not stand it and had to open up. She called a serious meeting with the couple. That is Kasima and George. I said, I have a very strong information for the 2 of you. You need to come quickly. They had a shadow meeting and George and Kasima had a quick sit down with Mom. Mother was like, yes, I have a big confession. You remember the picture of your mother I saw in your office? Yes, I know her. She is George's mother. They were confused. What do you mean she is George's mother? What, are you not George's mother? George was like, are you not my mother? What kind of confusion is this? Mother said, no, I am not your biological mother. The woman or the picture in Kasima's office is your mother. So therefore, you and Kasima are siblings. You are her elder brother. George could not believe it. So immediately mother had to narrate and said, long time ago, I was in my shop in Kaduna where a woman ran into the shop with a young baby boy. We had a quick chit-chat as she was beaten all over. She narrated her story and needed some help with some food items. As I turned my back and quickly had to resort to some of the food items to give to this young woman, she abandoned the baby in the shop. I looked everywhere for this woman. Weeks, months, years, I continued searching for this woman all over the community until I left Kaduna. And that was how I adopted you. And you are my first son. So yes, I can remember this woman's face anywhere I see her. Because we had a long chat before she abandoned this little baby in the shop. George was dumbfounded, could not believe it. Kasima was confused. She couldn't believe it either. Immediately, mother said, I know you guys have been dating for a while now. I pray. Oh, should I ask, have the two of you have any intimacy so far? George and Kasima shook their head. Immediately, Madam knelt down and thanked the heavens that brother and sister did not commit an incest. He said, wow, this is strange. In today's day and age, you two have been dating for a while and you've not been intimate. It means the universe were already working in that regard to the fact that the two of you are brother and sister. Kasima and George became so dumbfounded, confused, and quiet. Mother said, so yes, this is the reason why I told George to cut ties with you, because you are brother and sister, not because I hate you or you are not a fit for my son, but because you are siblings and you can't marry each other. I'm sorry if my actions came across as a mean mother. That is not who I am. Now you know the reason. I know you two are confused. I'll leave you two to ponder over this information. I know it's too much for you to bear, but it's the truth. You can even go ahead and do a DNA test to confirm what I just told you. The two people became so confused and decided to do a DNA test. Weeks later, the DNA test came positive, and Kasima and George are brother and sister. They now sat in the chair, confused, and said, well, all these years I've been looking for my other brother. Didn't know the person was so right before my eyes. George said, the universe works in mysterious ways. I'm just happy I have another sibling. Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recaps.